Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It is Monday, May 20th, 2024. This is Liz Fernay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Well, you get a surprise guest today. Please, please, please hold the applause. But we are back at you live from New York City. And one quick show note, since I last was in your ears, I have adopted a very needy cat who hates when I pay attention to anything but him. So, potentially content warning, meows may vary. And just a quick reminder, in case you are not signed up, our daily news recap newsletter is great for news that happens after this drops in the morning and what happens over the weekend. It's local, free, and hits your inbox at 7 p.m. every night. I'll drop a sign-up link in the show notes for you. Anyhow, we have a whole lot of news to catch up on, so shall we? On Friday night, Annapolitans participated in a peace march advocating for an end to gun violence following recent incidents in the area, including the latest on May 3rd, where 3 middle schoolers were shot when getting off the bus. The march, organized by local community leaders, drew hundreds of participants who carried signs and shared personal stories of how gun violence has impacted their lives. The event was a call for stronger gun control measures and better community support systems to address the root causes of this violence. And as Annapolis tries to combat gun violence, Annapolis Police Chief Edward Jackson announced the success of a recent gun turn-in program. Over 50 weapons and over 4,000 rounds of ammunition were collected in just 1 week, including handguns, shotguns, and assault rifles. Chief Jackson praised the community's response, highlighting the program as a critical step towards reducing gun-related incidences and improving safety in the city. And after 9 weeks, the Dolly is set to refloat today after meticulous salvaging efforts after it crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The ship will be refloated from its location in the Patapsco River, where it has been stuck under tons of wreckage, to a local marine terminal. This will take about 21 hours and a positive sign in getting the channel reopened by the end of the month. And Annapolis is welcoming a new cultural addition with the launch of Naptown Philharmonic Orchestra, formerly known as London Town Symphony Orchestra. This rebrand after 20 years is to help bring classical music to a wider audience in a fun and an affordable way. They plan to continue to provide opportunities for professional, student, and community musicians, but they also want to be more visible in the community outside of the stage. And this weekend, we had the 149th Preakness Stakes up in Baltimore, where Seize the Gray emerged victorious. The thoroughbred, ridden by jockey Jamie Torres, took the lead in the final stretch to secure the win. Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan finished second, though, so there will not be a Triple Crown winner this year. And it is my favorite week in Annapolis, Commissioning Week, and it starts today. As always, lots and lots of visitors will be coming, so please be nice and show them what Annapolis is all about. Last week we had the Herndon Climb, but we are looking forward to the Blue Angels arriving in town on Tuesday for practice and Wednesday for the official show. And on Friday, we will officially celebrate the new ensigns and second lieutenants. Annapolis will be buzzing, and it's always a week you don't want to miss. Hopefully you caught our canines and cross-strecks on Friday with Chocolate, a very happy and fun husky. And hopefully you have some room in your heart for him. If you missed it, go back and have a listen. And on Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we spoke with John from the Marine Trades Association of Maryland. If you missed that, go ahead and give it a listen. Remember, June 22nd is East Porter Rockin', and if you go to eastporterrockin.com and use the code EOA-EAR24 in all caps, you will save $5 off the general admission tickets. And the general admission tickets to the Bands in the Sands are going fast, so this is your warning. Okay, that's a wrap. Thank you, first and foremost, and also a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's daily news brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, and the Hospice of the Chesapeake. Ann Covington is here with her Money Monday report, and of course, George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecasted weather report you're going to find. All that coming up in just a bit, so hang around.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Hopefully you've come to know and trust this voice when it comes to solar. Many of you out there have already decided you will go solar, but you just haven't decided when. Here's 2 reasons why the timing is urgent. First, the federal tax credit for solar drops from 26 to 22% on December 31st of this year. If you don't commit this summer, you could miss out on 4% of the savings on your solar project. Second, solar locks out today's roaring energy inflation. National electricity costs have jumped 12% in just the last 12 months. You've only got a few months left to sign up to ensure you get installed in 2022 for the full 26% tax credit. If you know solar energy is in your future, now is the time. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, May 20th. It's commissioning week here in Annapolis for the Naval Academy, and the weather looks great overall with tons of sunshine and warmer temps today through Friday, with the only rain chances coming Thursday and again on Saturday. Look for mostly sunny skies today with highs in the 75 to 80 degree range with light winds to be followed by mostly sunny skies tomorrow and Wednesday for the Blue Angels in the skies above Annapolis with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s Tuesday, followed by low to mid 80s on Wednesday. From there, the expectation is for mid 80s or so across Anne Arundel County on Thursday, with a chance for some showers and storms as a front moves through the region, but hopefully the rain will hold off in Annapolis until after the color parade that gets started at 11 a.m. with Friday's weather looking very nice for graduation ceremonies with a return of sunshine and high temperatures in the mid-70s to maybe lower 80s. As for the weekend, more mid to upper 70s are expected across the region with a chance for some additional showers or storms moving through on Saturday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMD VA Weather on Facebook and X for weather updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing, it can be confusing. Ann Alsina, a financial planner from Covington Alsina, has been helping people make sense of it all for over 17 years. Are you ready? Now here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report. All 3 stock market indexes, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, and NASDAQ, set record highs last week, based largely on inflation data. While not the Federal Reserve Bank's preferred measurement, the Consumer Price Index came in at its lowest level since April 2021. Several years of high inflation have also caused increases in insurance premiums, as the cost to rebuild, coupled with natural disasters and the resulting claims, have driven expenses higher for insurance companies. That said, it's never a bad idea to compare insurance companies, especially when faced with rising premiums. When you shop, be sure you're comparing apples to apples. For auto insurance, we typically recommend having a minimum liability coverage of $250,000 per person and $500,000 per accident. It's not so much your driving I worry about. It's the reckless drivers who have minimal coverage. When they cause an accident, you may end up relying on your uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. With most companies, that coverage can only be as high as your own liability coverage. If you question the need, consider that the District of Columbia has the highest rate of uninsured motorists at over 25%. If you need to watch costs, consider raising your deductible, assuming you have the cash on hand to cover it. Your homeowners or renter's liability coverage is also important. People often think that homeowners insurance only covers you for things that happen inside your house. In reality, the liability portion covers you if your dog bites someone while you're volunteering, if you bring food to the neighborhood potluck, or if you pick up a new sport and whack somebody in the head by accident. Beyond that, you'll want to check your policy for the coverage to rebuild your home. Depending on the level of finishes in your home, the current cost to build in Maryland ranges from $200 to $350 a square foot, and high-end custom homes can be even higher. If you've renovated or expanded your home since you put your policy in force, you should reevaluate your coverage as well. This also applies to adding fences, decks, and outbuildings. The contents coverage is also important. You should have replacement value coverage, but you need to check the limits for specific items and categories. For example, jewelry often has both a per item and total category limit. Each individual piece may be covered by $1,000 with a $10,000 total. If you have one necklace worth $5,000, you would receive $1,000. If you have 20 pieces worth $800 each, you would receive $10,000. For significant items like jewelry, art, antiques, and firearms, you should consider purchasing a personal property rider, which lists each of the items and provides coverage for them over the limit of your main policy. If you have assets outside of your primary home and retirement accounts, or have a high income, you may want to consider an umbrella policy. This is an additional layer of liability coverage that sits over your home, auto, boat, and RV coverage. Umbrella policies are typically sold in increments of $1 million. They cover all the same liability concerns that your home and auto policies already cover, but with a much higher limit. Your action item is to call your insurance agent. Be sure to check out our website at covingtonalsina.com or our Facebook page for more information and to register for our upcoming educational events. Covington Alsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented for educational purposes only, not to make an offer, solicitation with the sale or purchase of any specific investment securities or investment strategies. Investments involve risk unless otherwise stated and not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with Covington Alsina.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting MacMedics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. MacMedics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. MacMedics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. MacMedics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit MacMedics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call MacMedics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.